it's a tiny one / Bishie. And this is my very sad, honest review on the game known as WildStar. Now, according to the Wikipedia, WildStar was a fantasy / science fiction massively multiplayer online roleplay game that was developed by Carbine Studios. And it was published by NCSoft. It was unveiled on August 17, 2012 during Gamescom. And WildStar, it takes place on a fictional planet, Nexus, with a mysterious and powerful race known as the Elden have disappeared, leaving behind a wealth of technology and secrets for players to explore. The game was released on June 3rd, 2014 with a subscription and later changed to a free-to-play on September 29th, 2015. While it was no longer required to play for a subscription, those who did were signature members, getting a few bonuses such as increased experience, currency game, whatever. At this time, I wasn't, I didn't know, I knew a little bit about WildStar. One of my roommates played, he dabbled with the game a bit. So I kind of knew a little bit from him, but I was still at the time big into World of Warcraft, Diablo 3, those type of games. And I didn't come into WildStar until later. I think it was, let me look it up real quick what my first Let's Play of WildStar was. Hold on. Okay, so my very first WildStar video, and it was just titled WildStar Exiles. My exile character, I think you say her name, Chira Whisperspring, levels 2 through 3. That was my very first. And then I kind of like I said, I was still into World of Warcraft. So I'd play a little bit, not really interested, that sort of thing. But I'd play on and off, on and off. I thought the characters were really well put together. I liked the concept. It's just I had World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft had events that, got me interested, got me hooked. I had leveled up enough characters to where I can participate in the events of WoW. WildStar, I still had a bit to go with these characters, and so it hadn't really piqued my interest yet. So it wasn't until later on that I started WoW finally did something that made me break away from them, and I was looking for a new game to play. And that's when it was last year that I really started playing WildStar more regularly. And then I got the news, and it says here on September 6th, which is around about where I found out. Actually, I think I found out near around October or something like that. But it says here on September 6, 2018, NCSoft announced the immediate closure of Carbine Studios and that WildStar would begin the process of winding down. That's air quotes. An exact shutdown date was not given, but later stated to be November 28th, 2018. And that was when I found out about WildStar closing. My roommate found out about it before it actually had a close down date. And it was upsetting, so I started trying to marathon the game as much as I could. Of course, being disabled, it was hard to consistently play every day. When I did play, I was trying to play at least 3 episodes that I do per gaming session to try, like I said, to try and do as much content for my channel as I could before it finally shut down. But there were days I couldn't play at all. And at first it upset me because I'm like, well, this is less content for my channel. But then I finally decided, just whatever, if people really wanted to get more content than I was able to produce before the game ended, I'm sure there were plenty other channels that they could just do a search on YouTube and find the rest of the content. And so I wasn't going to push myself. I wasn't going to make the game less fun for me, trying to do something that's... I'm not a power gamer. I'm not a push through, hurry through an area. I'm the type that I want to take my time so I can explore as much as I could to hopefully find as much of the resources and as much as the little special goodies as I possibly can. That's the type I am. Sometimes I'm a completionist with certain areas and certain times. That's just how I play. And plus, I want to level up to a point where I don't have to worry about being easily killed in an area because I'm too low level. Whereas my roommate, he can play, and he can be like several levels below an area, and he can still go through it like it's nothing. That's just not how I play. With my disabilities and all that, I just can't do it. And we all have, besides the point, we all have different playing styles. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're going to watch a YouTuber, you're going to watch a YouTuber because you like hearing their commentary, you like hearing their reactions to different stuff in the game, and you like the way they play. Or a lot of times, and I've caught myself doing this too, I like a certain YouTuber. They'll play a game and I'll have it playing in the background. I'll have it like in another window or something like that. So I can be doing something at one window and I can keep glancing over at the other window to see if like something happens or whatever. So it was to the point I had just gotten to love this game so much. The graphics were beautiful. The music was so nice to listen to. I wasn't really into the PvP or the dungeons, anything like that, but I did like the single player aspect of the game. Collecting the Omnibits was a bit of a task, but I collected all the Omnibits I needed to unlock a new character slot right after they announced the closure of the game. And that's when they started basically just like throwing Omnibits at people. And I mean, it allowed me to have a second character. Like, I had 3 characters total. One, I was my exile character that I played for YouTube. 2, I had a Dominion character that I played on my own for fun. And 3, I had a Dominion character that I made later on to show the other side. I had like a separate playlist for that character and everything. And that's how I play. When I play games like this, I like to have at least one character on both sides so I can see the difference. How one side sees one thing and then how the other side sees the same thing. That's how I am. And I find it so interesting. Yes, I'm what some people call an altaholic. I will have a main character and then I have so many alts because there are times where maybe there's different clothing options or different weapon options, whatever, for different classes, different genders, that sort of stuff. And so I try and make as many alts as possible so I can gain the full aspect of the game. Plus, I'm not bored with just one character all the time. You know what I'm saying? Please say if somebody gets this. But, yeah, I'd just gotten into the groove of playing and doing Let's Plays when this shutdown date happens. And so, like I said, I tried to marathon as much as I could. And then I was bound and determined. Like, it had been raining. It had been horrible days. And I was in pain. I was miserable. But I was determined to stay awake for the 2 hours, the remaining 2 hours of WildStar. And I wanted to record as much as possible, because I'm thinking when World of Warcraft does certain events, they have a big spectacular thing. They have fireworks, they have stuff going on, whatever. And so I thought, WildStar's closing, I thought they're going to have this, because they were having a big to-do about, WildStar's ending, come to this certain area for the last 2 hours of the game. Okay, you think in your head, all right, they're going to do something spectacular. No. As you saw in my video, it's really nothing. It was just mainly people flexing and showing, look what else I have. I mean, look what vehicles I have. Look what modes of transportation I have. Look what specialties I have. I can make your character big. I can make a character small. I can make a character change form. I can look at what pets I have. That was it. People crowding one little area, one little town for that. For 2 hours. It was, honestly, I was worried the whole time that my computer would just, I was worried it would overheat. I was worried that it would just, because it was starting to get really laggy, I was worried that it would just stop. It would freeze and it would just go nope. Which is why I would park myself in little areas and then I'd have the camera looking at me, not looking at the big area in front of me that had all this commotion, all this noise going on. Because I didn't want to, plus I was worried about how the game capture would capture everything that was going on. But yeah, it was a big load of disappointments. I mean, come on, NCSoft. You could have done better. You could have had something a lot more spectacular than you did, and you just didn't. Now, I have heard rumors that some people are trying to get together to make a private server to bring back WildStar. Now, I don't know if I would go back to the game to make a character to play on that server or not. I don't know. I think, yeah, no new quests will pop up, no new worlds, and nothing like that. And my roommate told me this, and I think he told me this as a way to, because he knew how upset I was that the game was gone. And so I think he was trying to kind of ease me into checking that option out, because that way I could go ahead and explore more of the world than I had. But I don't know. It's a big disappointment. The game had a lot of potential, and I personally feel like they did nothing to keep it afloat. When they could have. I mean, I personally don't know what they could have done, but something bugs me and feels like they could have done something. But then that's just me. But yeah, that is my final sad thoughts. Rip WildStar. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my Let's Plays for this game, both on Exile side and the Dominion side. If you watched all those videos, thank you. If you haven't, I will leave those playlists up forever for you to go check out. And I think because I ended on my Exile character, that you're gonna see this video on both my Exile character and my Dominion character, just because I feel right to have it in both places. But anyways, there are other games that I found that I'm moving to, and we'll see how that goes. One of them being a game called Terra, T-E-R-A. We'll see. I played a little bit of it, and I do like it, but I'm still kind of hurt over WildStar, and I think it's going to be a hurt that's going to take a while to go away and to stop hurting, but yeah. We'll give Terra a try, and let's see how that goes. I hope you will continue to, if you join my channel because of my WildStar videos, thank you. I hope you will continue to stay with this channel, to watch my other Let's Plays, my other videos that I have in store to offer for you. Anyways, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. This is a painful video to do. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to you later.